Hello, this is Sandy Gallagher, welcoming you back to Thinking into Results. We've been on quite a journey so far, and I hope you're really feeling the excitement that comes with growth. The wisdom Bob has shared with you so far is only helpful if you continue to study and apply what you're learning. It's the only way to grow in an awareness of who you are and what you're capable of. And that brings us to the value of belief, today's lesson. I love the idea that we're always reaching to do more and be more. It's our natural, innate behavior as humans. And if you want more from your life, if you want better results, then you must believe that it's possible. You'll never go beyond where you believe you can go. So open your mind. It's the belief on a deep subconscious level that controls behavior. Think about what Frank Lloyd Wright said. He said, the thing always happens that you really believe in, and the belief in a thing makes it happen. It works the same way with a team. If one person on your team doesn't believe in what you're doing, everything slows down. So you've got to get your team to believe too. All teams are groups, but not all groups are teams. A group becomes a true team only when its members support and enhance each other. So working together, they can do so much more than they can do alone. Are you ready to learn more?
Do you know there's a single word that when it's properly understood, it changes everything? You're going to find this word in the Bible. You're going to find it in the New Testament, the Old Testament. You're going to find it in the Bhagavad Gita, in the Quran, in the Torah. You're going to find it in all the good psychology books. The word is belief. Do you know, one of the earliest psychologists in America, William James, he said, believe and your belief will actually create the fact. And we've heard all things are possible for the person who believes. Well, Napoleon Hill wrote about this. He said there's a difference between wishing for a thing and being ready to receive it. Now, he said no one's ready for a thing until they believe that they can acquire it. The state of mind must be belief and not mere hope or wish. Now, he said open-mindedness is essential to belief. Closed minds will not inspire faith, courage, or belief. And then he followed up by saying, remember, no more effort is required in order to aim high in life, to demand abundance and prosperity, than is required to accept misery and poverty. Now let me take you back to the first line in that quote of Hill's. He said, there's a difference between wishing for something and being ready to receive it. No one's ready for a thing until they believe that they can acquire it. The state of mind must be belief and not mere hope or wish. Now, I found that a pretty interesting word. You see, prior to ever getting into any Napoleon Hill stuff, I had absolutely no belief in me. But in a relatively short period of time, over 2 or 3 years, my income went from $4,000 a year to over $1 million. How did that happen? Well, it took me 9 years to figure it out. My belief system was changed. Now, our belief system is based upon our evaluation of something. And frequently, if we reevaluate a situation, our belief about that situation will change. You will never go beyond where you believe you can go. What do you believe you can do? This is an interesting word. Now, the more you study you, the more you understand you, the more you're going to believe you can do. Think of this for a moment. Do you know the electrical system in your body would make the electrical system in a supercomputer look like an absolute toy? The blood that circulates through your body. It circulates through hundreds of miles of passageway every 33 seconds. It carries all the food in and all the garbage out in one sweeping change. Now, you've probably never spent any time thinking about that, but think about it for a moment. Do you know that your brain is an electronic switching station? Every cell has both a negative and a positive pole. That's based on the law of polarity. Everything has an opposite. You activate brain cells and set up a vibration in your body. If you activate the negative pole in any cell, you're going to move yourself into a negative vibration. And by virtue of just flipping over to the positive pole, you move into a positive vibration. Keep going. Stop and ask yourself, what happens when you cut your hand? It heals, doesn't it? Who heals it? The doctor doesn't heal. The healing power is within. You've got an ingenious system built within you to keep your body in excellent working order. And yet you'll find people don't believe in themselves. I didn't believe in myself. Why? Because I didn't understand myself. I understood very little. I thought I was my name. I thought I was this body. You're not your body. You moved into your body. You're going to move out of it. Your name is something you're given. You can change it. Now there's a very powerful word, praxis. P-R-A-X-I-S. Praxis is the integration of belief with behavior. Now let me repeat that. Praxis is the integration of belief with behavior. Do you know that you will find all kinds of people say, yes, I believe that, and their behavior would indicate they've never heard of it. I have come to the conclusion that we've got belief on two levels. We've got a belief in our educated mind based on logic, based on what we see and the information we gather. But then we've got belief on a very deep level, on a subconscious level that controls our behavior. It's part of the paradigm. Do you know that most of your beliefs, you did not originate yourself? They were passed along in the genes. It's part of your conditioning. Strange, isn't it? Now think about that for a moment. You'll hear people say, well, I believe that, but they don't really believe it. We have a plan of what we're going to do in a company. We sit around and we may spend a lot of time designing this, and if one person doesn't believe it, that's an anchor on that team. We've got to get everybody to believe it. We've got everybody believe that we can do something. When we've got a team, I don't care if it's a team of executives or a team of laborers, if there's somebody that doesn't believe in the concept you're working with, they're going to hold everything back. We've got to spend some time making certain everybody believes on an emotional level what we're talking about. We've got to practice this word, praxis. We've got to begin to integrate some of our beliefs with our behavior. I used to say, I believe I can do better, but I never did better. What happened? Yeah, I believe I can do this, but my behavior would indicate that I couldn't do it. You know? I believe I can earn this, go here, go there. I never did it. Why? You see, on a conscious level, on a logical level, we can sit down, we can think it through, and we say, yeah, I could do that. But that isn't the part we're working with. We talk about that in the knowing-doing gap. See, the knowing part of your mind, you might know, you might believe you can do it there. You could ask yourself, do I believe it on a gut level? Do I believe it deep in my psyche? Because if we don't, we've got to change that part of the paradigm. The beautiful truth is, no one knows what you're capable of doing. The most erudite scientist alive will not even guess at what you and I are capable of doing. We've got more power in our little finger than would be required to light up this entire building for nearly a week. There's about 11 million kilowatt hours per pound potential energy locked up in the electrons in the atoms of our body. We're a walking mass of power. Yet you'll hear people say, I don't have any energy. What they should say is, I don't have any desire. Person says, I believe I can do better. Do they really believe? Let's take this word praxis and get some study groups going. Get some mastermind groups going in the company, in your social life, in your family. Let's ask ourselves, what do I believe I'm capable of doing? Because the truth is, you can do anything, but you've got to believe it. If you don't believe it, it isn't going to happen. What did Napoleon Hill say? He said there's a difference between wishing for something and being ready to receive it. No one's ready for a thing until they believe that they can acquire it. The state of mind must be belief and not mere hope or wish. Now he says open-mindedness is essential to belief. Why did he say that? Well, because a closed mind won't accept an idea that they're not familiar with. He said closed minds will not accept the idea. They just won't. You see, you've got to keep your mind open. When your mind is closed and an idea comes along, if it doesn't fit, we reject it. Have you any idea the number of ideas that we have rejected in our life? Ideas that could be very transformational, that could give us everything we've ever wanted? You know, if you were to look on my website, I have a statement there. It says, if you can tell me what you want, I can show you how to get it. Do you know why? It's all by law. This whole universe operates by law. You might have seen The Secret. I quoted Dr. Werner von Braun on The Secret. He said that the natural laws of this universe are so precise that we don't have any difficulty building spaceships. We can literally send people to the moon, and we can time the landing with the precision of a fraction of a second. The laws are very important. We want to gain an understanding of laws. See, our mind operates by law. The thoughts that we internalize set up the vibration. The vibration causes the action causes the reaction. It's the action-reaction that creates the result. Belief. You got to believe it can be done, but you've got to get everybody on the team believing it. Because if there's one or two that don't, you got to drag them along, and that causes a lot of extra work. Hill said, remember, it takes no more effort in order to aim high in life, to demand abundance and prosperity, than is required to accept misery and poverty. Let's make certain when we set the goals, we set them high. And let's internalize that until we've got a belief on a subconscious level. It's buried right into our paradigm. Praxis and belief. Two very important words. Believe and succeed. All things are possible if you believe. What did William James say? Believe, and your belief will create the fact. And praxis is the integration of belief with behavior. Put it to work. You'll like it. Believe it.
Napoleon Hill said, no one's ready for a thing until they believe that they can acquire it. The state of mind must be belief, not mere hope or wish. That's what praxis is all about, integrating belief with behavior. The truth is, you can do anything, but you've got to believe it. If you don't believe it, it's going to be a struggle to make it happen. This lesson may have made the biggest difference for me. I had to look really hard to see my limiting beliefs because they were buried really deep. So have a look. What are your limiting beliefs? What's holding you back? Look really carefully. The exercises in your guide will help you, and they'll help your team too put this lesson into action and achieve your quantum leap.